It's not your typical holiday fare. We're with 3 of the cast members for the Merry Murder Mystery. I'll be homicidal for Christmas. I'll be home for Christmas. Get it? Okay. Stay tuned. The Fox 9 Morning Buzz is coming right back.
All right, now playing in the Metro, a Merry Murder Mystery, say that 5 times fast, that will take audiences back to the 1970s.
You nailed it. The Mystery Café presents I'll Be Homicidal for Christmas, a comedy caper where the cast, they're not the only ones who are in the show. Joining us this morning from the Mystery Café, we have owner Brian Kelly along with Dan Rooney and Ann Leese.
Welcome.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Love the sweater. Thank you.
I know, you too.
That's good.
Kindred souls right there. So first up, we kind of briefly described the show, but you want to give us a rundown of what it's about, how it works?
Sure, it takes place the night before Christmas.
So Christmas Eve.
Christmas
like
Eve.
now,
yeah. And Albie Humphrey, he was once a household name, but his star has been fading for years. His Tax Day Spectacular did not go. The Groundhog's Day special was a bust.
What?
What was it?
Time. I can't remember.
What do you call it? The daylight savings special was called a waste of an hour gain. Oh, okay. Anyway, so he's got one last shot with a Christmas special that needs to be put together for the next night to air. And so there's a little bit of pressure there, and of course, and spoiler alert, his guests keep dying on him. So
It's a problem. Hate when that happens.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
Now, you incorporate the audience into the show a little bit, correct?
Yes, exactly. It is an interactive dinner theater experience where the audience, they have a role in the show. They play the audience of this comedy special, and depending on their abilities, maybe a featured extra.
And interest. We certainly don't involve anyone who doesn't want to be involved.
Well, that's exactly
an important part of what we do is take people who want to be involved in the show and help them be involved, but we certainly don't want to pressure anybody because that's a fear for a lot of people coming to interact.
Oh, yeah, that somebody's going to grab them. And,
yeah,
no, we don't go out of our way to embarrass people. And most of the interaction, the actors actually do the serving of the food. So they're coming around to your tables, they're serving you food. We give you mystery money so you can bribe them for more information.
Awesome.
So yeah, there's no fourth wall, you know.
It's one of the great things about what we do is we get to actually be with the people. We get to touch them and say hi, and a lot of times we'll give them a hug when they leave, because when you're on stage, it's great to be on stage and perform, but when we're like walking with them and sitting down at their table, it's just a wonderful experience to get to know them and a great way to connect.
How do you stay in character?
I don't.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, like, how does that work?
I usually am like, hey, sorry, I'm breaking character, but let me tell you about my 16-year-old.
Yeah, speaking of having the audience, unusual situations, you had one just this last weekend.
Oh yeah.
We did.
Yeah. Story. I think there's a joke, something about how a drink served in a rubber boot, and he's like, I don't have a rubber boot, and so this guy took his boot off and set it on the bar. So
Right in the middle when I was dying.
Yeah.
Spoiler! I'm sorry. But yeah, he walked up, set his boot on the stage right next to me in the middle of my death, and I just stop and say, oh, well, thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, no wonder this thing's going to kill me. Good Lord.
Rubber boots, risky.
Risky.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the idea for the show, where did this all start? Where did it come from? Why this?
you know, it's funny how sometimes it's a theme, sometimes it's a whatever. This was the title came first.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll be homicidal for Christmas. Just sounded like a really good title. And then, well, what would that look like? And it could have been anything. It could have been a family situation. It could have been, but for whatever reason, I landed on this idea of a holiday variety show, and my friend Doug Nethercott and I sat down and wrote the thing together, and we're both big fans of 70s camp.
Something like this take to write? I mean, are you just like vaguely scripting it and then you just improv most of it, or is it like strictly written?
And Doug and I we've worked together for years and years and years, and we're both improvisers, so it is a lot of kind of basically improvising scenes and then writing it down.
Okay.
This took
Directional improv.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
Right,
you know.
right.
But there's also there's then you kind of go back and it's like, well, how do you finesse that line to make it really hit? You know, sometimes you know what the joke should be, but you don't know exactly what the wording is. So, but it's a fun process.
That's cool.
And then of course there's you layer on top of it, you know, the actors who are all improvisational, and you know, and they add their layer to it, you know, bring it to life. And
You have to be when you're involving the audience. Now, do they solve the crime? Is that, do
Yes.
they try?
They have the opportunity to
Do
solve
they?
the crime.
Yes. How do they do?
Do they always solve it?
Yeah.
Well, no, we encourage all of the audience members to, if they want to solve the crime, try to solve the crime. If you'd rather write down something funny, that's fun too, and we give prizes for creative answers.
Yeah. Creative.
Prizes for creativity. I like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, for sure. All right.
Well, very good. Give us the details. Where,
So
when, how?
I'll Be Homicidal for Christmas is playing at Manitou Grill in White Bear Lake for a very limited run. We're also playing at the Owatonna Country Club on Saturdays. We've got a couple shows left there. And we also have a show called Alma Murder, which is an all-class high school reunion-themed show. And that's playing at Majestic Oaks in Ham Lake. And that'll be running through Valentine's Day.
All right.
Awesome.
So, Brian, Dan, Ann, thank you guys so much.
Thank you very much for
Thanks
having
for
me.
Fun
having us.
show.
Good
Thanks
luck
for bringing
to all
the
of you.
energy.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it.
Thank you.